Okay, breaking news. Well, in the city of California, it's got to end up with some water taxes and tax for tampons. Well, I gotta say something about tampons because it's free health. Well, it's free health care. Doesn't matter. If we live in California, it's just a third world country. And the good old country that we live in, without Donald Trump messes with you around for all those between the federals and liberals, Well, it doesn't matter. If you got the team that you want to represent the area, or the state, or a country, or zip code, or a city, especially like if you want to represent the water taxes, well, it looks like it's going to get higher because, the President Newsom gives us its own ideas to show the world. Because nobody has been in use those water taxes since like other countries, they used to have one of them too. But anybody can. Because water taxes are like super expensive because you never know how much taxes are going to be worth. You know what I mean? They could just expand their cities to become a sanctuary to its own countries. You'll never know. They've been decolonized since when California was end up in the wildfires and all that shit, and now it's they're moving on with some water taxes. So I hope you guys get it because during internationality, you'll never know what's gonna happen. Everybody else has it. But if you want to fear your gut over, just bring it to me. Because nobody is going to represent this area. Like everywhere. Because everywhere in this country, you'll never know what's going to be polluting. You'll never know what's going to be polluting all around the city of California. Will we end up sanitation around and working around with those pipe rolls? You'll never know how much they will cost more if you need some more water. If you want some more water, if you're hydrated, go find somewhere else if you're living in a part of this country. Fuck me. You can just buy it if you can. In Mexico, it's all tax free. You know what I mean? You can get it if you can. Simple. Okay. So here we go. Okay, breaking news. Well, it looks like that they're going to expand some other terrorisms, and all of those little prodigy protests, they're going to came from the south to all these pollution nights. They're going to go next to California, and so this carteles is also. Well, there is a problem about what the people of the United States of America are talking about, is that you can tell there's the enemy of the people. Same thing what Mexico did because people in Central America, a lot of these people that have been traveled down to Mexico, to California, was so dangerous. They got to figure it out to build a bigger wall so that Central Americans will pass around and cross around that wall. But it's hard to find each other's foods and find each other what people they're going to have to be belong instead of what people they've been bullied of. You know what I mean? Because people are getting offensive if they're going to start cutting each other's tribes. You know what I mean? Because people are being genocide for some occasionals. And you'll never know what people would do this shit. But you're going to have to be smart on this because if you watch this news before since 6 or 7 months ago, you might know who's going to stir that pot. You know what I mean? Trump did. Because Trump is the reason they put the Central Americans to deport their asses kicked. That's this responsibility. You know what I mean? The Mexican president and the California president is going to take care of that. Period. You know why? Because if they expand more terrorism, they'll end up like People's Republic of California, they'll be Del Alto, like the Del Norte. You'll never know how this is going to name for a country or something like that. If that replaces itself as Mexico, because Mexico belongs to representatives in Chihuahua or something. Because Mexico is where all of those native people there come from, in the middle areas of their country in the Central America. And you might get it right, because people might understand what's going to happen towards the future. And you might get it. And that's it. Alright. Okay, breaking news. There's going to be end up there. In Disneyland, they already got the smoking ban already. But they only could do that in the hotels. Well, Disneyland is one of my favorite places over there, but just be imagination to yourself without smoking lanterns. Especially like if you're smoking weed. And especially when you stay out the weed, you'll have to concern yourself. Everybody does. If you know the people you wanted to represent yourself, how are you going to feel concerned if you love about the weed, if you can't stand over what these people are there smoking tobaccos? They already saw the news. It seemed that happened before. They already banned them since like when they were in Santa Barbara. Well, that's good because, there's something that's more polluted in Southern California. And Southern California has to do something with the tobacco. To clear all those cigarettes out of here, Marlboro should be out of here. And send it to America. Because the Californians, they know what they're talking about. And these people are getting driving nuts with what they're having. And plus, these people are getting polluted. These people are end up multi-cough. You guys are going to do something because everybody else is in the great journey. A great imagination journey. Think about it. If you have the people that you've been raised in this town, you can just deal with it. Deal with it if you smoke some bad shit in your health. And that shit could be a problem. And that's it. You don't need to deal something that you don't know. And that's it. You only need to do it. It's all good. Okay. Okay, here comes the critical beatdown news. Here we go. Well, the critical beatdown news is, the PG&E is about to bankrupt for all those $1 billion that show we don't need. Well, in this third world country, California's got to do something what the Americans they didn't want to do. Well, besides living here in America when we have them before, all you need is you need to file out the paper, like in a chapter 7 or 6 or 5. You'll never know. You'll never know how much lights of the power they're going to keep this here in California. Because sometimes you'll never know what's going to happen. Everybody else has their journey. Everybody else has their own faith. People can have faith in that half of their lights if we have God. You know what I mean? Without lights, there'll be no God. There will be like El Cucuy coming out the house like this. Think about it. Or La Llorona, too. You'll never know there was a La Llorona there. Because I already seen the movie before. It's called The Curse of La Llorona. But make sure you get that on DVD, like coming soon. Or Blu-ray is also. Don't forget. Should be great. And don't forget, if you have the masters everything in your mind, just do it yourself. Because I will conquer you. But you have to bless your soul. Everybody else has your own theory. But we want you to be believed without it. Because I care about you as the better of my friends. If you don't have to do this shit, if it's already bankrupt already, though I'm going to have to pick another companies around in California and expense to their own independence and save their money from their future. You don't need to have it if you need one. And that's about it. And yeah, that was about it. We'll be back to this, so we'll keep you in touch for the next minute or so. So we'll keep you in touch.